Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to go out just up in the hills and do some long-range shooting. But first I want to talk a little bit about what we're shooting. So I bought several hundred cases of the Starline small rifle primer brass. So I've been kind of playing around with them a little bit, just weighing them, just grabbing a handful, weighing them out, seeing where they sort of fall, measuring the neck thickness, things like that, just to see how consistent they are in comparison to like Lapua. And so far I really like them. They're very consistent. Are they as consistent as I've seen with Lapua? No, but they're definitely right there with them. So I'm also running these BR4s, the small rifle primers in these. They seem to be getting pretty good results. And then also I'm running, this is number 1742 on the Sierra bullets here. These are the 142 grain hollow point boat tail Match Kings. And I think I just got lucky because these things shoot just lights out. I'm pushing them with the Hybrid 100 and they're coming out of the barrel at about 2,600 feet a second. I'm going to try a different chronograph. I was using a standard chronograph. I'm going to throw the magneto speed on there and just verify it, because today when I was out shooting the canyon, I should have dialed 6.9 mils, but the first couple shots was really high, like 28 inches high. So where we settled was actually 6 mils. So I've got to do a little playing around with this. It doesn't seem like the velocities are maybe correct, so it could have been a chronograph issue. I just don't know yet, but we'll throw the magneto on there. It's I've had better luck with that anyways. But either way, even if it is only 2,600 feet a second, it just consistently punches tiny, tiny little groups. So accuracy's there. I haven't really done much prep work to the brass at all. I haven't neck turned it. I haven't uniformed the pockets. I haven't done anything. So what I'm doing is just kind of going through these every time I get to go shoot and fire forming those to my chamber, and then I'll come back and then we'll bump the shoulders 2000s. We'll uniform the primer pockets. We'll do all kinds of stuff to the brass. But I wanted to fire form it first. So, but even with it not fire formed, just factory brass, this Creedmoor I put together it just shoots lights out. So I couldn't be happier with it. But, anyways, let's run out to the hills and take a couple shots across that canyon, and we'll be shooting some other stuff too, just dinking around. But it'll be fun. So let's go see how we do. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about getting some footage of actually going out long range and not just out at the range where it's 100 or 200 yards. So we came out here with my brother-in-law Nate, wife Lacey, and we got Tristan behind the camera, my boy. So we've got the Creedmoor set up over here, and we're going to be running out 800 yards on a 12-inch Gong. We've got my brother-in-law Nate's camera set up here. That's going to be on the target, and well, let's see if we can hit that thing. We're dialed up 6 mils and we're holding half mil to the left to compensate for the wind. Come on, are we ready?
Ready? Your left.
Slightly left. All right. Ready?
Ready? Hit!
Nice. When you're out here shooting, the hardest thing to do is call the wind, especially across the canyon, because it's actually swirling through the canyon. But it's actually a pretty calm day, so let's take another one. Ready?
Ready? Hit!
We're dead on. I am very, very happy with that. So I'm looking at probably just over a mile away. With this thing turned up to 50 power, this Delta Striker HD, absolutely phenomenal. Just amazing glass. Literally like you're just looking 100 yards away. It's just crazy how good this glass is. Very, very happy with the Delta scope. Adjustments are still great. Turret tracking is great. Zero stop, right down to it again. So that's not so bad. I was pretty happy with that. Once we figured out that elevation difference there, which I'm still not quite sure what's going on there. Verified the ballistic coefficients on the bullet. My line of sight angle, all that stuff, and everything is spot on. The only thing I can think of is possibly that that chronograph that I was using wasn't correct. But either way, groups are great. That scope too, I am so happy with that Delta scope, the Striker. That's just, wow, is that thing clear. About a mile away, probably over a mile away, there was a little piece of ribbon hanging on a tree, a little piece of orange ribbon, and it was like it was hanging like right here. It was just, that's up on 50 power. It's just nuts. So for what it's worth, we're still working actually on trying to get those brought into the US, so we'll see where that lands. But got some other, got another scope coming up here that I'm going to be testing that I'm actually picking that up tomorrow, and that's the new tracked long range version. And we had the Torque here about a year ago. That scope was really, really nice, and it only had a 1-inch tube, and it was still really nice. But we'll get this other scope here, do a full review on that, and let you guys know what we think of that too. So stick around. We'll be bringing you some Creedmoor stuff this week or this weekend for some reload stuff, and see where we land with that. And I'll get out there and double check those velocities, because I don't think that they're correct. West Desert Shooter out of Utah. Check him out on YouTube. He found magical, mystical fairy dust on somebody's shelf. So he bought it and sent it to me, and I shot him a check in the mail to compensate him for it. That was awesome. So we'll be testing that in the Creedmoor as well. I know a lot of people say it's great stuff. I just haven't been able to get my hands on it. For the Creedmoor. I've shot the 4350 many times in other things, but not the Creedmoor. So we'll see. We'll do some velocity variations to see hybrid versus the 4350, see what we get. And then I also got some Reloader 16 that we're going to load up some of that and test it too. So a lot of stuff coming up here. But anyways, hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.